Hey Zicarios, GGZII fans, friends, whatever you want to call yourself, whatever name you think of yourself as, I think of you as a very, very loyal and kind person to have watched me for such a length of time. Now, I'm currently sat just on this bench, and it's a bit windy, and I'm using these headphones as a mic, so, we're just winging it here. I just parked myself on this bench because a little bit tired, legs are a bit sore today, and I thought, you know what, I actually kind of want to make a YouTube video for a change. You might have noticed over the past few weeks, I've been a little bit more active, feeling a little bit more myself in terms of content. That's been nice. However, I still don't feel the same in terms of playing games. I haven't played a game in a long time. Especially played a new game. Alright, I've played some games. I've had some periods where I've played a little bit. And recently I played a tiny bit of DayZ because I was playing with somebody that I met through TikTok live stream. And I was playing with her and her friends, and that's been kind of enjoyable. If you don't know, I do go live on TikTok a lot. GGZ social. I actually have been preferring TikTok for quite some time because it pushes my content to new people, and my YouTube channel is dead. That's not your fault. That's my fault because I don't play the algorithm game with YouTube. I upload what I want when I want, and that's not a good thing for YouTube. But when people ask me, like, how do I keep going? How do I keep the mental sanity? Some people start a YouTube channel. I'll see them, they'll go all out, and literally within 2 weeks they'll stop and you'll never see them again. I saw some people do that in Gears 5. They switched over to Outriders, became full-time Outriders channels. Some even became Splitgate, some even became Call of Duty. They never survived because you've got to do what you want, regardless of the algorithm. You've got to make it work. You've got to find something you enjoy doing and maybe tweak it to the algorithm a bit. But fundamentally, you've got to enjoy doing it, or you won't last. That's how I've managed to keep making videos since 2006 because I do find things interesting. I like to think I speak well. A lot of people have told me over the years they enjoy listening to me, and that helps fill the confidence. And I do find a variety of topics interesting, from watches to football to games to politics, whatever, right? So I've always got something to talk about, and I only really talk about what I fancy, regardless of what people are saying or doing on YouTube. I just stick to my circle. If I think a game's really bad and everyone's loving it, I'll just say it's really bad and I'll stick my neck out there. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong. But I just wanted to say recently, the past year has been really rough. My dad was very, very ill. That was a really stressful situation. I've never really been through a parent being ill before. That was very stressful. I'm not overblowing it, but pretty much if I didn't phone the ambulance and look after him that night, I reckon he'd have died 100%. And that's affected us a lot. And, we're coming out the other side of it, but it's definitely made me look at things differently and reanalyze stuff. And in terms of many of you may have known about a relationship about a year ago, that took a long bloody time to process, to be honest. Way more time than I would have liked, considering kind of what it was. But, I'm over that, and I don't think about that really. The only time I think about it is if anybody asks me about it. It doesn't really pop into my mind anymore, which is nice, but it's also kind of sad if anyone's been there and you've had a good relationship and then it doesn't work out. Like, it's good when you don't think about it and it's out of your mind, but it's also kind of sad because you're like, I don't feel like when I look back at those times, I don't feel anything now. But I did a lot of growing and processing, I suppose. Now I'm at a point where I feel a bit more stable, but I also feel a little bit stagnated. I've got driving going. I've not been on any big trips yet. That could be something I could conquer. You know, going further afield, finding new places to go. I've got much better. And I'm being very open and honest with you guys as I always am. I've never been a confident guy. You know, I'm confident about things I know. Like I say, like I could stand up in front of 1 million people and talk about Gears of War on a show all day. I could talk about my thoughts on something that I know about. Like if I know about something and I'm confident in it, no nerves. But anything new, anything I'm not too good at, anything I have no confidence in, my confidence comes from like practice and being good at it. And so little things like just bloody socializing, talking to people, going to new places, doing things alone. It's been a really like up and down period. Like simply driving myself to this spot now and coming on a walk. Sometimes I come on and feel dead proud and confident that I'm doing it. Sometimes I feel like the saddest, loneliest guy in the world. Sometimes I go to a restaurant and eat on my own and I feel great and I'm like, I can almost see people in a very strange way, like appreciating that I'm going on my own, and like the waitresses or waiters like make an effort to talk, and I can tell like not in like a pity way either, like they're pretty like, oh, this guy's out on his own, he's doing well, he's enjoying himself, it's nice to see. And then some other times I feel like I could never do that. I'd love to go for a meal right now, but I don't want to go on my own. So I do waver in the confidence. It does ebb and flow, but I'm improving a lot, and I think anybody that knows me personally will have noticed a change, hopefully. We've got the Man United Spurs final coming up, and to be honest, I'm so nervous for that game because I think that's the biggest game, arguably, in some ways, in Manchester United's history. Sometimes you're in a Champions League final and you lose it, but you've still won the Prem, you're still doing really, really well as a club. So it's not too disastrous. But this is like, if we don't win that Premier League, not only are we the 15th in the league, 16th, not only have we got no European football, no money, no players want to come to us, we've also been bantered and lost to Spurs and given them first trophy, who then get Champions League football. It's like, it's an enormous match. It's not even funny about banter, like it's actually stressful, that match. I hope to God we can bring it home. But this is just a little ramble, a little chat. These are the kind of things that I do on TikTok Live. I just thought I'd do it on YouTube. I'd love to find a game that could spark my interest, but I tell you one thing, guys, and I've got no shame in admitting it. I'm just straight not as good at video games. Like, the last time I played a video game, I was probably starting like what, 25, 26 with Gears 5? Bro, I'm pushing Unk status. I'm old now. And it's like, even if I play League of Legends or I play like a little silly game, I can feel myself moving the mouse differently. I can feel like I'm just not as clean and crisp and I'm just washed and old. So that also doesn't inspire me to play many games because I just feel bad. It's a big thing about me. I tend to not do things if I feel bad about them. Because if I start to feel bad about them, they make me feel bad, and then I get depressed. So I'd rather just not do that. This has been a nice relaxing break. Just sitting here for 10 minutes overlooking the estuary. I hope you're all doing well and good. And I want you all to know that I'm a very open and I like to think kind person. And you can have a chat to me about anything. I mean that as well. Like if you're having a really shit day, just at me at Twitter, message me on TikTok, message me in Discord. I'll find time and have a talk, man. Like, I've been through a lot in my life, and I have no embarrassment about sharing stuff. Like recently, I say recently, this was like last year, I say a doctor, she was like a nurse, kind of, I don't know what you'd call her. But anyway, she kind of like low-key assessed me at the end of this thing and was like, you definitely have ADHD, or you could also have like really light autism. And I was like, at first I was like, nah, I don't have ADHD because I can concentrate really well. But as I've looked into it more and more and more, and I've looked at my own family, like, I think there could be something there, to be honest. Like, so there's also been that whole journey going on, a journey of like self-discovery and finding myself. And I feel like once you know yourself, that's almost where you begin. Like until you know yourself, you can't begin. So I don't know. I saw yesterday that there were 4 or 5 people still subscribed to me as a member on YouTube. And if you don't know about me, I don't get anything off YouTube because about 15 years ago, when YouTube was very different, you had to. Well, you couldn't just make money off video games. You needed a license. To get the license was a joke. And by the time you applied the license to the video, all of your views had happened, and then the license would then get no views and money, if that makes sense. It'd be too late. So people joined places like Machinima and stuff like that. And there was some like weird, I don't know what you'd call it, like cross-contamination of me running a blog site. So I used to run a blog site where I'd embed adverts onto my YouTube videos. They didn't understand why people were watching the videos on the website to support me. Some people were clicking the adverts, and I got banned for like false clicking. It was genuinely about 5 people. I think the number was like 5 people, and my AdSense got banned. Since then, it's been banned forever, and you can never make a new AdSense. It's tied to you as a person, unless you open an LLC. And well, my YouTube channel is not worth calling a business, so I don't do that. But through some miracle during COVID and lockdown and all this stuff, I got memberships on my channel, and that pays me. Now, I don't ever really get paid because I think you need to make like £100, and I get like £5 on a membership, and I've got 4 people. So maybe every half a year, I might get a tiny bit of money. And I'm not saying that as like a, hey, please subscribe to me, although that would be lovely. I just mean, trying to see that plane. I just mean, I was surprised people would still subscribe to me and supporting in that manner. And I felt like I've not done enough, But I've just had, to be honest, guys, I've just had like an insanely rough year. So, not like all of last year was ridiculously rough. And then this year, from January up until now, my dad's been terrible in such a bad way. I was like waking up in the middle of the night thinking, shit, is he still breathing? He's gone to the bathroom. Is he ill again? Do I need to call an ambulance? Like, I was constantly waking up, and it was just not good. And like, this is the first month where I've actually managed to sit down and just like breathe a bit. So there hasn't been any streams, there haven't been any games, there's been nothing really, guys, and I do apologise for that. But as you get older, like, things affect you a bit more, things take more time to get over. Some things you take more in your stride, some things affect you more than they used to. So I just thought I'd give an honest update. I'm not in the best place in my life, to be honest. I wish I could have made the YouTube thing work with Gears 5. There was a point where it was going really well, Twitch was going really well, and I thought, wow, I could actually make this a thing. And then it all came crashing down due to some bullshit. And I just kind of lost motivation, and I'm sure you understand that. Like, I'm sure you understand that. Having people like, if you've made it to this far, by the way, leave me a comment about and type chocolate cake, then I know you've made it to this point of the video. So chocolate cake, comment that. And like, when you've seen a video on my channel about a guy stalking and harassing me, and when you've had like people dox your location, even the medication you take, like, I just had like a really bloody rough time. There was a lot going on, man, and it was very stressful. And I guess I'm just doing this video just to let you know that I'm still here, still fighting on. I still do care about you guys. And I'm sorry, like, I've not been making as much content as I'd have liked and stuff, but yeah, sometimes, like, it just has to take a back seat, you know? It's like the first time in my life I ever did a back seat on YouTube. I've always, like, no matter what's been going on, I've always tried to do the YouTube channel. But I actually was like, nah, I have to stop this for a bit. Like, this is not, I actually can't do two things. So I really tried to work on myself this year. It's not really got me anywhere, but, you know, some things have improved, I guess. Anyway, I just thought I'd make that video and leave it there with you. Cheers for listening, everybody. Take it easy and have a good day. God bless you.